I've been on a roll when it comes to making videos about StreamerBot, OBS Studio, and plugins. I've been making videos that are basically, what if OBS Studio could do this? And then to go on to basically prove that, yes, OBS Studio can do that. I'm always pretty clear calling them experiments. I also tell you that, hey, I wouldn't use that because I use professional tools for that. I also remind you that OBS Studio is a broadcasting software. It's in the name. OBS stands for Open Broadcasting Software. But also that if for some wild reason you want to accomplish those things with this software, it is actually powerful enough to do it. I really make a point that I just want to spark your creativity when I make those videos. I never claim them to be a replacement to professional tools. I never said, hey, don't use Adobe products, use OBS instead. That would be idiotic. But considering the comments on my previous video, I do have to put a long disclaimer this time. Hi, I'm Get Level. I make content for live streamers and content creators, people who use software like OBS Studio. The large majority of those people are not graphic designers, not motion designers, not animators. So since my goal is to educate and also entertain, the education part is I make tutorials on OBS Studio and the different plugins and the different tips and tricks to use it. The entertainment part is that I take the education part and I try to make it interesting by creating certain exercises. So I will do something outlandish just because I know that in this video, there will be a bunch of little tips and tricks that people can learn about to use OBS Studio better. When you were in school, hopefully you were in school, your teacher would say things like, Max has 5,000 apples. And then Bob comes in, kills Max, and steals 2,000 apples. How many apples are left on the floor with Max's dead body? Now we both agree that this is a wild scenario, but it puts you in a situation, it gives you a problem for you to solve so that later in life, when you give money to the cashier, you know how much money to expect back as change. It's called teaching through exercise. So when I make a video called, hey, could you do graphic design with OBS Studio? I'm not telling you that OBS is a replacement for Photoshop, but through this exercise, you're gonna learn about color sources in OBS. You're gonna learn about cropping versus stretching. You're gonna learn about Exceldro's shader filter plugin. You're gonna learn how to export videos with transparent backgrounds straight from OBS, how to duplicate sources and group them, how to import icons and how to change their color. So today is no different. We're gonna do an exercise. It's gonna be a wild scenario, but hopefully you will pick up some tips and tricks along the way. I can't believe I'm explaining that to grown adults. Let's get started. This video is not sponsored, but I just wanted to let you know that I launched a Ko-fi page for commissions. So some of my templates that I provide for free, sometimes people do not want to go through the process of customizing them. So I'm working with a team that actually will customize them for you. For example, we have some social media pop-ups, we have some lower thirds, we have some YouTube banners, some Twitch overlays. So basically you can request them, put the information that you would like to be displayed, and then my team will customize the templates and then send them to you. There will be a link in the description, but it's kofi.com/gadlevel/commissions. Please make sure you read the descriptions. Okay, so here's the deal. I want to create a walk animation cycle in OBS Studio using color sources and also the Move transition plugin, also known as Move now. Once again, you might be asking, hey, why? Why would you do that straight into OBS Studio? Because I can. I think I can. We're gonna try it out, okay? I'm gonna try to give you as many pointers as I can, but yeah. I'm excited. I'm also scared. I'm not sure if I can do it, but let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. All right, gonna put myself here. Let's start by creating a new scene. We'll call it animation. And we're gonna do color sources. We're also gonna use the shader filter in order to create circles. So color source, I'm gonna call this joint. I plan on using circles for the joints. We're gonna have a square, 500 by 500, click OK. And then we're gonna click on filters, go to plus, user defined shader. Yes, you need the shader filter plugin for that. We're gonna click on load shader text from file, click browse, and we're gonna find circle. Pressing C, scrolling, circle shader, boom. And we have a circle. Just like that. That's how you get a circle with OBS Studio. I think that I need to animate it limb from limb. Maybe it's gonna be easy, and then maybe group them up or add them from specific scenes to each other for the whole thing to match, but we'll see. I'm gonna press Ctrl C to copy this, and I'm gonna paste duplicate. We're gonna remove the filter for that one, or just delete it. Cool. Gonna double click, and we want the height to be almost triple that, 1500. Yes. Okay, nice. I'm actually gonna hold Alt, and I'm gonna drag it up to crop it a little bit. And this is where the magic is gonna start happening. I'm gonna click select color. We're gonna change the color just so we can really see what we're doing. Actually, I should pick like a cool color scheme just so that the video is like more interesting to watch. Let me do that. I'm using coolers.com to generate some palettes. You can just press the space bar. It will generate a new palette. Look at that. You're already learning. I'm doing something that is not practical, but you learn where to get color schemes, where to get color palettes generated for you automatically. All right, we're gonna rename the joint 2 into limb. I still don't know if that's the right word. I'm gonna press F2. That's how you rename stuff. And now we're gonna set the anchor point for rotation. And in order to do that, we gotta press Control E. And you'll see that if I rotate now, the anchor point is that point right there. And we don't want that. Okay, let's put it back to 0. And it says top left, positional alignment. And we want that to be top middle, top center, right there. So it puts it out of place, doesn't matter. But now if I rotate it, it will rotate from the right. Like I called it anchor point, but it doesn't have to be. So when we use the move tool, the move transition tool, we kind of want to eyeball the center here. It will rotate basically from that space. Control E again, and then mouse. There we go. I can put 30. You can tell that it's not actually centered. One way to fool this effect is to fold this effect. One way to basically fool the eye is to have the same color as the circle eventually. Even I'm learning because I didn't know that if you click on one while you have your edit transform thing open, it will just switch up to the other one. You don't have to close it and open it again. But that's cool. Didn't know that. Anyways, I want to start with this and I would love to be able to just move it back and forth, right? I'm going to have my reference to see basically what it's looked like when someone is, I don't know if that's going to be the shoulder joint or if it's going to be like the elbow joint. Either way, we're going to make it rotate. So on animation, I'm going to right click, go to filters. I'm going to click plus. For this one, you need the move plugin installed on OBS. We're gonna click on move source. Cool. For source, we want the limb. And yeah, let's say this is the starting position. We're gonna go down, click get transform just to make sure. I'm gonna rename this start as the start position. I'm gonna duplicate it and call it mid. I don't know, I'm not inspired for the names. And then rotation here, we're gonna go ahead and directly type to see what it does. 20, press enter. That didn't do anything. Okay, and rotate here, we're gonna try to add a value. Let's say 15. So when I click, it does that. So we would want minus 15, I guess, minus 30, okay? Okay, not bad. I'm gonna do my best to try to find the center of that circle. And I just need to align it with this. I'm using the arrows on my keyboard to do that. Okay, that should be the center. So we're gonna go back to start and we're gonna have that as get transform. We're gonna pay attention to the position to make sure that we have the same position, especially on the Y axis here. So now if I do this, you can see it stays kind of bound to the circle. Kind of. Nice. Okay. I'm excited because this is the first animation. We have a long way to go. So what I'm gonna say is basically for after mid, I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna say that the next move needs to be start. And then I'll play around with the delays and the timing. But basically next move is start. And after start, I want the next move to be mid. So it should play in loop. There it is. We created a loop animation in OBS Studio. All right, let's play with the delays while we're having like a real-time feedback basically. And that's gonna be under general custom duration to the end of this. So I'm gonna group this, right click, group selected items. Oh, and it immediately broke. What happened? I just grouped you. No, it broke everything. I just realized.
20 minutes later.
Maybe I should create a different scene for each of them. So I'm gonna rename this scene shoulder. I'm gonna create a new scene, call it elbow. I'm gonna copy these two and I'm gonna have a duplicate. Control C, elbow, right click, paste, duplicate, join 2, limb 2. I'm also gonna select the filters here. I'm gonna copy and I'm gonna go to the filters for that scene. I'm gonna paste. Nice. Go back to filter here, select limb, and this should be enough. I'm guessing it just doesn't have the rotate. Indeed, we're at minus 30, right? Okay, nice. Okay, now I need to use my brain to figure out how I'm gonna link them together. I think I should create a scene where I start assembling them. Call it arm. And in this case, I can just go to scene and then add the elbow and then add the shoulder. Elbow. Wait, no, the shoulder doesn't have to move, just the elbow. Okay, I go to arm. All I need to do now is actually make both of them rotate at the same time, group them and be able to rotate them. So yes, that's the arm, but that's all I need to actually rotate. Okay, cool. That means that we did the shoulder animation for no reason. Can I group these two together without breaking anything? Right click, group selected items, full arm, because I need to scale them. One thing that's important here is that I need to crop this so that I can set the top middle to be the rotation point. Okay, now I can control E, and that's for the group. I called it full arm, and I can set it to top center. Now if I rotate, the whole thing rotates. Exactly what we want. I'm gonna center it to the screen. Control D to center, although we wouldn't want that. We would want it to be up top. So we said the elbow was the only thing that needed to move. Let's try to make it loop. I'm scared now. I don't want it to reset. So under mid, we want that to go back to start. Oh, it already does. We want start to go to mid. Okay, we have our rotating elbow here, and that's our arm. By the way, English is not my first language. I'm not like super tight when it comes to anatomy in English, so I'll probably make some mistakes, okay? Cut me some slack or just correct me in the comments, doesn't matter. Okay, now the anchor point of the arm is top middle. We can add another move transition filter, and we're gonna rotate the whole thing together basically. So move source, full arm, 700 milliseconds, get transform, duplicate it. Still gonna give it the name mid. Let me rename the first one, start. Those are not great names, okay? And then mid, we want -30 on the rotate, and let's press it once. We will want the position to be lower actually. So let's bring that back, Control D, center it, go back to start. Since this is the starting position, get transform. On mid, we actually also want to click get transform and then -30. So now, I did put -300. That's my bad. There we go. And let's animate both of them. We're doing it. We are actually doing it. I feel like the start position maybe should be rotated a little more to the left. Let's go 15 on the rotation for the start position. There's definitely going to be problems when it comes to delaying the animation itself. We're off to a great start. Like, I'm proud of this. You have no idea. I'm so proud of this. All right, we can continue by creating a new scene. And in this case, call this one body. Cool. Add scene. In this case, we want arm. Cool, 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 cool. Maybe we want a torso. I can add a color source. Let's call it torso. Let's add a shader filter. This time we're gonna go with rounded rectangle. User defined shader. Load shader from text file. Press R. Rounded rect shader. Nice. And we can do corner radius. I'm gonna lock the arms so I don't move them accidentally by clicking on the little lock here. Okay, now the question is, why is this useful? Because now we can copy this, duplicate it. Oh, it has to be a reference. Okay, that's particular. Put it underneath the torso and then shift it a little bit. It looks like his, like, I was gonna say swimming, but it's like maybe a wheelchair. Okay, let's add another color source. Call it head, add a filter, circle. This is OBS Studio. This is OBS Studio. Okay, now the question is, if I want to create some sort of weird delay, how would I do this? Maybe I can just turn off. First of all, I could use streamer bots to basically trigger everything at the precise moment that I want, like to the millisecond. But we're not going to use streamer bot this time. I don't think so. I don't think it's needed. I'm going to turn one off, and I wonder if it's going to stop the filter triggering itself. No, it's not. So I have to go and actually go to the filters. And while I'm in there, I can go to body. No, because it's a duplicate. Oh, I know what I can do. Maybe I have a delay filter that can work. Render delay. Would that work? 50 milliseconds. 500 milliseconds? Oh, it's adding it to both because it's not a duplicate. There must be a way. There is a way. Putting it in a group and then adding the effect to a group. Don't break. It didn't break. Cool. Now filters. Now render delay. See, that's what it's all about. It's just showing you, hey, this thing can do this and this thing can do that. I'm feeling so proud right now. Okay, we got to do legs. It's going to be hard. So I'm going to add a new scene. Let's click leg. Copy this. Copy. Paste duplicate. Wait. Hold up. I can use the shoulder as the hip to the knee since that doesn't move. Just realize I'm looking at a running cycle. This is at least furiously walking. I need something else. I need a slow walk. I'm looking at this animation now. So I'm going to rename this knee and I'm going to animate it. So rename it knee. So it's going to be from the knee to the foot. Okay, I should start off by grouping those two so that my anchor point is going to be here. So still top, but the bottom part is going to be like the foot, and I want that to move with it. In fact, I probably should put that quote-unquote joint the same color, but we'll do that later. I'm going to group these two. I'm going to call it knee foot. And there's just a little bit of movement that I wanted to do to kind of like flex and then extend. So Control E on the group. Positional alignment, we want that to be top center. Nice. Control D on the group to center it. Right click on the scene, filters, add a new move source. Click OK. And in this case, we're going to select the group. 700 milliseconds. That's going to be our start. And we want to get transform. Although this time I might play around with the custom duration. I want it to be 1400 milliseconds in total, but I might shift like the numbers a little bit. So let me duplicate this, cut mid, just because of when I'm looking at the animation, it's a little bit, it's like a pop, right? It goes back. So in mid, we want rotation to be 20. Okay, cool. So maybe we want that rotation to be 1000 milliseconds. And then when it pops back in, we want that to be faster. So let's put that at 400. So it's still equal 1400. Remember, we were talking about math problems? That's exactly why you had them. Boom, pop. Yes, okay. Now let's set up the next move, mid. Keep in mind that next move, there's reverse. Reverse is also an option. So it's something that I could have done earlier. The thing is, I want my reverse to have, in this case, this particular case, I want to be able to control the precise delay, right? So reverse wouldn't work because it would just reverse at the same pace. We don't want that. But yes, it's something I could have done when I was doing the elbow or the arm. That's a knee. Create new, and this one's going to be, well, I guess full leg. And in there, I'm going to import the elbow. Wait, the shoulder, sorry, because that's the one that doesn't have any animation integrated. I'm going to crop this down. Wait, I might have to flip this actually. I'm going to right click, transform, and we're going to flip vertically. Okay, now let's add another scene. And this time we're going to put our knee. There it is. We will crop it. I don't know how low it goes. Oh, there it is. And we can place it like that. Now we can group them together. It's funny because this one says shoulder. I kind of feel weird calling it like that, but okay. I'm gonna right click, group selected items, and call this one full leg. Nice, now I can move it around, scale it, and most importantly, animate it. All right, I hope my calculations are good, and that's gonna be a good animation, but let's figure it out. Right click, filters, move, source, start. Maybe this one we can just put reverse, but in that case, it needs to be 700 mil. I don't know if that's a good idea yet, but let's put it 700 milliseconds. I forgot to set the anchor point. Control E, positional alignment, top center. Boom, boom, click Control D, center it. All right, click get transform again. Nice. Duplicate, mid. We're gonna put the rotation on the start, but here let's put 30. See how that looks. Too much, 15. All right, let's try it out. Let's put the next move. Again, I could have done reverse, but I don't know why. Like I'm set on putting multiple filters. Next mid, but at least I can control the delay if I need to. Start. Okay, it's not exactly how I want it to be, but I can just manually try to time it. Close, close. I think I made a mistake, and my mistake is that the leg is supposed to never really be straight, actually, because your knee is supposed to go up before you set your foot down. So there's no fixing this. Well, there is fixing this. I'm going to fix it now. But this animation is not the problem, basically. It's the other one. Let's go back to knee, and it should be quite simple. We just need to have it bent at all times. Filters. Okay, see, it never bends fully. I'm still not satisfied. Okay, so the position is 20 degrees to 45 degrees. And now we need to time when we click this. It still looks like it's dangling, and I I can't tell if that's right. Oh, I think I got it. I think I got it. Okay. So let's go back to body, and let's try to add the legs. Leg. Okay, let's duplicate it. Paste reference. Now I already have a group with the arm that has a delay. Maybe I should drop that in there. It's not bad. It's just that the legs don't go forward enough. It looks like I'm swimming, but we can fix that. It's a cool thing too. We can fix all of that by fixing one leg. So I just need the start to be even more upfront, right? Let's see if that works. Okay. No, so close. I can feel that we're close. We just really need to fix the delay with the legs. I'm gonna do that while watching the full animation. Maybe that'll help. You know what? I think this is close enough. I need to cut my losses. All right. I've been at it for 1 hour and 14 minutes. Let's have the head be the same color as that yellow. Wait, if he's going downhill, does that animation work? I'll do everything. Let's add a floor color source. Put it all the way behind. Okay, let's lock everything else. Let's drop this. Let's rotate it. There it is. He's just skiing. I think that works. I think that works perfectly. He's skiing down like a slope. And just like that, we did it. We did it, y'all. And there it is. Another absolutely useless thing to create in OBS Studio, but you can't say that it's not impressive that we can do it in OBS Studio. You know, your broadcasting software where you think you can just drop a game capture and a webcam actually is powerful enough to do this consistently. Maybe you can have some animations that are triggered by your chat using StreamerBot and things like that. Anyways, all the tips and tricks or just the idea of being able to do that should hopefully inspire you to do actual useful stuff. But again, this was an exercise. I'm tired of justifying this. This is cool. This is cool, okay? That's my justification. I did it because it's cool. Now, if you are mad enough to try to replicate this and you manage to do a better animation, or even if it's not a better animation, post it on Twitter, tag me at @level_photo. That is wild. That is kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, man. It was stuck in my head. I had the idea. I had to do it. I just had to do it to him, you know? I had to do it to him. But at least now, if for some reason you're asking yourself, is it possible? You know the answer. It's been done. Make sure you check out the Ko-fi link in the description if you would like to commission some stuff from my team. Follow me on Twitch, and I will see you all later. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was interesting for you. Go out there, make me proud, get a level, out.